right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Check. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 59. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Shoot! Check 26, check 27.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Back near his goal line, Brissett. Short little throw to Ebron. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Play fake. Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Again, it's Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Ready. Watch the run, watch the run. Shift. March in.
Brissett to throw on first. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here we go.
Let's go, defense.
21.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here we go. 180.
Check.
Check. 11.
On second and 1, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
And let's get
12, fellas. Here we go.
Kill. Slam.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Check curls.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The Colts take over.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Showing it. Showing it. Let's go. Come on. Chance.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Here's Brissett. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Here we go.
11.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Garoppolo. That one complete to Yeldon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
3rd down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Let's get off the field. Let's get.
Hey, alert! Hey, hut!
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Here we go. Black 80!
Here we go.
Hey, hut!
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games.
Here we go.
It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 38-yard line.
That's good for a 49er 1st down.
1st. 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 1st
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Double dog, that's the way. Slam, slam, slam.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Wait, 80! 11.
Check.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Let's go.
Here we go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Four down.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. the gun, Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Here I come again. Check. Go. Check. Hot route. Hot. Check.
To throw, Brissett. Funches has it complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On second and 11 now. Brissett. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Third and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Niners 17. Colts 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Mike 37. Not here.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike,
Here we go. 180!
Ricky. 6 guys. Check 6.
11.
Kill.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
11.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check it back.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
53. Mike, 53.
65.
Screen, watch the screen.
Hey, gun.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Kill.
White.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go. 180!
Mike, here we go.
13!
Hey, check 24.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
You're going nowhere.
The tackle made by Malik Hooker. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
You gonna get this one? You think you gonna get this?
65, 65.
Hey, switch gears. Switch.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The Colts take over
Play
first
to win.
and 10
Let's
at
go.
their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. 54. Mike 54. Watch the curl. Switch.
Check 50, check 50.
Tight dog. Whip.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Set, hut. 6 yards.
I'm on. Double tight, guys, double tight.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
54, right there. 54.
Now Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. 3rd and long, defense defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Jamal Sheard on the stop.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that
21.
Give me that ball, defense.
Lock.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensitive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. 180. 21.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike, 53.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jamal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Colts.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm here all day.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Niners 7, Colts nothing.
On the ready, 54. Mike, 54. Watch the run. Motion. Set.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Again, it's Brissett. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go. 180.
Coming, baby, I'm coming.
21. Here we go.
No. Off.
They go counter with Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just
Flag!
sponge.
21.
Now it's Breida. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
36.
Draw play. This is Yeldon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
13.
53. Mike.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down. Take the completion, keep moving.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
21.
53 to Mike. 53. Check.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Check safety, check safety. Match, right, flare. Rush in,
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Buddy up. 6, Mike, 56. Come on, D.
To throw is Brissett. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check three. Watch twist. Jumper.
Now it's Hines, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here we go. Set. Go to base. Hey, keep it up.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. Ebron caught left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rush. Mike, 54. Hey, West, 54. Silver.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. Campbell making the catch. And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here we go. 180.
Number 53.
2.
I got you. You're all mine.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
Stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
Here we go.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
21. Here we go.
Mike, 50,
I got you.
53. Mike. Bring it. Watch the safety creep.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Check.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Out of his end zone, Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Night, sweetheart.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. A 1st down throw for Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 40.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Niners' 22-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brissett, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Check 56. Shoot! Watch the shoot! Hey, alert 3, alert, go!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 49ers' 27-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, it's Mack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check back. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here it comes.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the possession is theirs at their own 43. Yard line.
It's your time, baby.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Brissett now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Brissett sets to throw it. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Play action now, Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Good track.
They'll throw again. Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 41 yards on the ground.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Gets this one to use check. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And some room to run now. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gold to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Colts take over first and 10
Bring it up.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Yeah.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Set the tone.
From the 39, Brissett got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Brissett. Funches has it complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
17 yards. First down, Colts.
Brissett to throw on first. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. More, it's Brissett. It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On third down, a run by Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You're going to see me in your nightmare.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Staying on the ground with Matt. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
The Colts on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run here with Mack. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Check, 59. Pick me up. Here we go.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
And they take a knee. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Colts on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll try and run for this with Matt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Here we go.
Come on. You better bring it.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Garoppolo on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Francisco, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.